Arjen van Leeuwen of the Netherlands faces Pierre Ronsonet of Belgium in the final match of the weekend. Both players start with land go. Dregscape Zombie comes out to play turn 2 for Van Leeuwen. In it comes turn 3, putting Pierre to 18, and then the Dutchie casts Obelisk of Jund. Ronsonet cracks his Bank Panorama, then adds land number 3 before making an Obelisk of his own. Both players ramping up early. In comes the Dregscape again. Van Leeuwen adds Carrion Thrash. That's a 4-4 with no targets currently should it die. Rakeclaw Gargantuan is Pierre's choice, although he can't give it first strike this turn. 6 mana, that makes a 5-5 Feral Hydra for Van Leeuwen. Ronsonet comes back with Woolly Thoctar, then sends the Rakeclaw Gargantuan. Dregscape Zombie blocks and gets ready to be unearthed another time. Van Leeuwen leaves all 6 mana up and passes the turn. Gift of the Gargantuan for Pierre, he reveals a needed Naya Panorama and another Rakeclaw Gargantuan. This is turning into a game where 4-4 Carrion Thrash is small. Dragon Fodder comes down to clog up the ground a little, while Van Leeuwen uses End of Turn to add 2 counters to his Feral Hydra. He untaps and casts Kresh the Bloodbraided. That too could become enormous. Pierre casts Oblivion Ring and removes the Feral Hydra from the game. In comes Woolly Thoctar and Van Leeuwen moves to 15. Ronsonet completes his turn with Incurable Ogre. Van Leeuwen meanwhile passes the turn once more, sitting on a ton of mana and just 1 card. Ronsonet piles in with Woolly Thoctar and Incurable Ogre. The Thoctar gets first strike, which kills the Carrion Thrash. Van Leeuwen takes 5, down to 10. The Thrash returns Dregscape Zombie to hand and a bunch of counters onto Kresh. Hits all Pierre though, adding Cavern Thoctar to the board. Van Leeuwen takes his Feral Hydra back from under the Oblivion Ring, and that means it's Scoopy time. Ronsonet 1, Van Leeuwen 0. Van Leeuwen will start the second game with no more last chances. He must win this one to force a decider, and Ronsonet gives him a bit of help by mulliganing to 6, and those he keeps. First action is turn 2 Dregscape Zombie from Arjen. Pierre lays Bant Panorama and passes. In for 2, Pierre to 18, then casting Thunder Thrash Elder. That's a 4-4 when the zombie gets devoured. Nice play from the Dutchie. Gift of the Gargantuan for Pierre. With Mountain, Plains and Forest up, the Dutchie must have feared Woolly Thoctar action, but no. Pierre reveals Naya Panorama and Rakeclaw Gargantuan, which is fitting for a Gargantuan gift. Van Leeuwen unearths the zombie and attacks for 6. Ronsonet to 12. He casts Incurable Ogre, which is big, but only has 1 toughness and dies to Blister Beetle. Another 4 damage comes through from the Thunder Thrash Elder. Ronsonet is at 8. He casts Rakeclaw Gargantuan. Van Leeuwen uses Bone Splinters to deal with that. Adds an Obelisk, attacks for 4. Ronsonet at 4. He casts Cavern Thoctar. 1 more piece of removal will be game for Arjen van Leeuwen. He attacks into the Thoctar, and he's got the Jund Charm to make 2 counters go on to the Elder. It's now a 6-6. He adds Dragon Fodder. What an absolutely unmitigated kicking. Ronsonet cries enough, and we are off to the final game of the day, with the destination of the trophy still unknown at 1-1. Ronsonet will start this final act of the final, but not with 7 cards. 6? Oh dear lord, he's thinking about it. He's got to mulligan to 5 cards on the play. He looks calm, but what must he be feeling inside? Across the table, Arjen van Leeuwen must be trying to keep his own feelings in check, knowing that a double mulligan for his opponent puts him a firm favourite. How are the 5 for Ronsonet? Well, enough to start with Mountain. Van Leeuwen lays Swamp. Turn 2, Dragon Fodder for the Belgian, nice. Dregscape Zombie for the Dutch player. In come the 1-1 Goblins. Ronsonet lays a 3rd land, and the rare Goblin Assault. He's only 2 cards in hand, but those Goblins can get out of hand and quick. Van Leeuwen asks how many cards. He attacks with the Zombie for 2, and casts Vithian Stinger. That's quite good, I've heard, against 1 toughness monsters. In come 3 Goblins. 4th land, Incurable Ogre. Pierre doing everything he can to put the pressure on. Arjen lays land number 4. The Vithian Stinger destroys Incurable Ogre. Dregscape Zombie attacks for 2. And Feral Hydra comes down with 3 counters on it. In comes the Ronson 18. 3 more damage drops Arjen to 12. Now Pierre passes. Apparently nothing to do this turn. hissing iguana comes down for Iron. He attacks with the Dregscape Zombie. Pierre to 14. He spends 5 mana to kill the Feral Hydra. That's 2 damage to Pierre via hissing iguana. Vithian Stinger shoots a goblin. 3 get through. Pierre takes 1 from the iguana ability. It's 11 plays 9 in Pierre's favour. He's making a real go of this off 5. 6 mana for Iron Van Leeuwen. He taps 3 to use John's Charm, putting 2 counters on Dregscape Zombie. 7 damage. Pierre is on just 4 life. He untaps, creates a 4th goblin. He needs something very good, I suspect. He does not have it. That mulligan really cost him, but you can take nothing away from the winner. In the largest event ever seen, he has outlasted 1,838 other Magic players to lift the trophy and take his place in the pantheon of Magic history. By 2 games to 1, Iron Van Leeuwen is the champion of Grand Prix Paris 2008.